Today, I am sharing with you a scripting practice that has the power to completely change your life in the next 6 months. You see, you become who you give yourself permission to become. I've just written this in my stories today spontaneously, and it's ringing so true to me and to so many of my clients and followers who responded to that story. The thing is, we don't realize the power of expanding our mind and allowing ourselves to actually dream beyond our current self concept and current self image and current perception of our capabilities. Because what we think we are capable of is only partial truth. What I love to tell people and in conversations or my clients when I'm asking them what's their biggest dream, and they say, I don't know if I'm capable, to be honest. When we say that, we speak from today without giving ourselves permission to speak from who we give ourselves permission to become. Let that sink in. When we say, I don't know if I am capable, we speak from today, from what we know, from what we've done, from what we've tried. I'll give you an example to illustrate this. Imagine if somebody was asking you if you could learn a new language. Let's say you don't speak Spanish. Somebody's asking you, can you speak Spanish and learn Spanish? Today, you might say, I don't know if I'm capable. Is that true? Is it a question of being capable of speaking a foreign language you've never spoken before? Or is that rather a possibility and a journey you could take on to become capable? What we believe is capable is often actually fears and a desire to already have it. Otherwise, we are not worthy of it. And there's a lot of concepts right now in this video, so I invite you to watch it again. But remember, you only become who you give yourself permission to become. And so what that means is you need to start tracking your words and your mind when it stops you in your track. When you say something isn't available to me, I don't think I can do this. I don't know if I have what it takes. What if I do all this effort and it doesn't work? When you notice those sentences, I invite you to stop yourself, pause, and detangle what you've currently entangled. One, there's a desire that is valid, and a desire that you are absolutely allowed to have, integrate, believe in, dream of. And on the other side, there is current feeling, emotion, mood, and perception of capabilities, which are all partial truth. You can't rely on them. They change by the day, by the cycle of the month, by the moment, by the mood, and even by the weather. Our feelings change constantly. Our perception of strength change constantly. If you're someone that goes to the gym, you will know. One day you might go and feel on top of the world like you're the strongest person alive. And the next day you don't even want to go. Does that mean you're not capable? No. This is an unreliable truth that we rely on far too often when it comes to achieving our dreams, when it comes to building confidence in ourselves and building trust in ourselves. And so how do we build trust and confidence in our ability to achieve things that seem impossible here? Well, first, we detangle the desire from our current very, very partial truth perception of reality and our possibilities of what is available to us. So whenever you notice those sentences that are basically stopping you from creating, stopping you from ideating, stopping you from even finding solutions, because very often I see people stopping themselves before they've even actually stopped to look at what could they do today. We don't even give ourselves permission to consider possibilities, action, a path. We stop ourselves even before that. And so when you notice those sentences, I will call them track stopper. I don't know if I have what it takes. What if it doesn't work for me? What if I waste all my time? You know them. You've said them. You've thought them. You can even write them down to catch them and have them more in your awareness. When you notice them, you stop and you detangle it from the desire. And then you give a space for the desire to exist somewhere where it can just stand on its own. It can exist. It's allowed to be. It's allowed to be a possibility. It's allowed to be something you consider and consciously can allow yourself to unfold into and find a way to. And that is literally step one of building self-trust with ourselves towards achieving really great things. Giving ourselves permission to actually say, you know what? What if I actually can figure this out? What if I actually can find a way? What if I decide that I'm a resourceful person and I've achieved challenges in the past and I've done really challenging things in the past and I decide that I believe in myself, and because of that, I give myself permission to give space to my dreams to actually figure it out, to actually give myself space to see what's there, what's available, what's possible. And so write those desires on paper and give them a space to exist, and reinforce them by writing them again and again and allowing them to be without meaning anything about how you feel today. That is step one of completely shifting your life towards really great things, because you allow yourself to dream and have desires without immediately stopping them from even growing and blossoming as a beautiful flower in your mind because of how you feel today or what you believe you're capable of today, which is again partial truth. It's okay that you don't know how to speak Spanish today. You can choose to learn it. And then we bring ourselves in a space of choice. You can choose to learn it. Choice is key to change your life in the next 6 months. You need to give yourself permission to take decisions and make choices that are going to steer your direction of your life in a completely new direction. And so choice is a permission. Is a permission that gives you so much power, confidence, and strength in your ability to achieve things. Because before you even have a plan, before you even know how, because it's absolutely okay not to know how, it's absolutely okay to only make an estimation of what you think it's going to take to get there, because we know journeys are always surprising and they're always far more complicated, complex, and filled with magic, synchronicities, and manifestation in between than we could ever predict. We never can predict truly the full unfolding. What we can do, however, is set our mind to our desires, give ourselves permission to expand them bigger than our current self-concept, and start remembering we get to choose what actions we take every single day, what thoughts we have every single day. And I know that is complex because sometimes our thoughts really don't feel like a choice. They kind of feel like they're happening. And that requires practice, of course. But when you remember you get to choose, you need to choose. And what that means is every day with this scripting practice that can completely change your life in the next 6 months, what we do is we allow ourselves to anchor a new version of us, a new concept of us that is bigger than what we currently believe we are capable of achieving. And that already creates possibilities. And so what I invite you to do for the next days, and ideally for the next 6 months, every morning, start your day on paper, on your phone, or on your mind journaling, when your eyes are still closed in the bed. And I invite you to say and declare, I get to be the kind of person that, I get to have insert desire. I get to choose this reality. I get to be loved, qualities you want to integrate. I get to know how to skills you want to take on. I get to speak languages you want to learn. I get to be places you want to be in. And you consciously script this in your mind and create a vision, a mental image that starts giving you a North Star from which you can take daily decisions. That is it for today. All I want you to do today is notice those 3 things. 1, when you have these empowering beliefs about your ability to achieve something, remember it is partial truth. It is not full truth. It is just an impression right now because of past experiences and because of how you feel or the weather, and you don't have to let it lead your life. You can stop, pause, notice it, and take the desire out of the equation, put it on paper, give it a place to exist, to breathe, give it space for you to start noticing what you can create out of this, the magic you can create and channel out of this, because you have space, you have time. These are not on fire. They get to evolve and grow with you. The second thing is allowing yourself to expand beyond what you believe is possible. And so whenever you have desires, lean in, go a little bigger. See what else is there when you dare to go to the edge of what you've allowed yourself to believe so far. And remember, you become what you give yourself permission to become. And so if you truly gave yourself permission, who would you choose to become? And lastly, to integrate that in your reality and start making dramatic changes. Every morning you do journaling, whether it's in your mind, eyes closed in the bed, on your phone, or on paper, and you script that reality consciously from that space of, it's possible for me, I can choose it, I get to be the kind of person that does this, has that, works this way, and impacts the world that way. I get to. Because I get to is so empowering, and it reminds you that you have a choice. And from that mental image you build and add little details and refine every morning, every day you see it in the corner of your eye, that vision becomes your anchor from which you can start making aligned decisions each and every day, inspired action, receive synchronicities, and hear your intuition as it guides you in that direction. More on that in the next video, but thank you for tuning in with me today. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message and connect. I'd love to help you. And I really would love to see you completely change your life in the next 6 months by integrating that scripting principle of writing empowering statements that truly slowly shift your self-concept and remind you that actually you get to achieve things that currently feel absolutely impossible. See you soon.